What's up, guys? Today we are going to be doing a review of the X5SW by Syma. So this is kind of like an unboxing, but I've already done the unboxing about a month ago just to kind of test it out, see how it feels. And you know what? I think this is the best quad that you could get today for the price. Now this was only $80, and it comes with pretty much everything you need and more. So let's just look at the box. It says X5SW right here. It does say FPV real time. And when it says real time, it's more like 5 seconds off of what you actually do. It says the Tenergy Deluxe package. As you can see down at the bottom, it does say head free, which is headless mode. And the headless mode on this works great. No complaints there whatsoever. It says 6-axis stabilization system, which is gyros as a 6-axis gyro in it, which also works fantastic. It does say 360-degree eversion, which just means it does flips, and a 640 by 480p camera. It's pretty garbage. I wouldn't recommend using it just for photography. It's more of just for fun and a great starter quadcopter. It also says down at the bottom 2.4 gigahertz, which is great, and it's 4 channels, so it's all the channels of a regular quad would have. So the box is pretty big. Let's just look at the side here. It has everything that comes with it, which comes with a lot of stuff. So here's kind of the front of it. This is what you see when you get at the store. You can see there's some stuff just kind of thrown about. This, like I said, I already opened it, tested it out, and it works great. So I just kind of put it back in there just to show you what it kind of looked like while I got it at the store for $80. Just remember that, $80. This box does come with the handle, so you could use this for to transport it, but you cannot have the legs or the prop guards on. So you will have to take those off. So I don't use it for transport because I do keep the legs on, but I don't have prop guards on. The bottom of this is all blue and it chips very, very easily. So I don't want to land it right on the quadcopter. I'd rather land it on the legs. So let me open it up off camera and start pulling things out so you can see them. So first off, let's look at the charger for this, the battery charger. So here it is, fairly simple as you guys could see. Just a USB, which is great for beginners because it's USB. You can plug it into a computer, you can plug it into a wall. This does have a light on it. So it's red when it's charging, and when it's done charging, the light will just turn off. So very easy to use, and then so you get the battery charger. This is a RTF, or ready to fly, for beginners that don't know. So I put these in a Ziploc bag just so I didn't lose them. A bunch of spare prop guards. We have 4 black ones, 4 white ones, and 4 blue ones. That's crazy. We'll get a closer look of that later. Let's keep opening up. Here's the camera. The camera is able to be taken off, which is great because I don't use it, and I don't really recommend to use it unless you're a kid and you're just trying to have fun. Then great. So it's blue just like the entire quad. Here's the antenna. That's how you plug it in to give it power. No micro SD slot on this because it just goes straight to your phone, which is pretty good, especially for people that maybe doesn't have a computer. It just goes right to your phone. All right. Here's some more spare parts. We have spare legs and spare props. I believe there's 4 white props and 4 black props. Yeah, so you get tons of props and you get to customize it how you want because of all the different colors. And you have 4 blue legs, 4 black legs, and 4 white legs. Great. Here are the props that I took off right before this review because these are the colors that I use right here. Let's look at a tool that they give you, which is great, which you really do need. Just a cheap little screwdriver to take off the prop guards, the legs, and the actual props off of the quadcopter. They also give you a nice little clamp for your phone, and I'll show you how to install your phone, which is simple, but you might not know how to install your phone and this onto the transmitter. I wish this did match though. It's red and white instead of, it should have been like blue or black or blue and white or something, but no big deal. Here is the transmitter, hobby grade style. It actually fits pretty good in the hand. It has good weight to it. Put that down over here. Now, here's something great, which a lot more quadcopters need. 2 batteries. These are pretty small batteries, but you get quite a bit of flight time for them. These are 3.7 volt, 500 milliamp 1S lipos. Like I said, comes with 2 of them, which is great. More on that later. And of course, the quad. So let's clear everything off and focus on one thing at a time. And that will be all the spare parts and tools. So we'll review these. The battery, of course. I won't be getting into these because they're just different colors. You don't really need to be looking at them. Same with the prop guards. I don't run prop guards, but I do suggest if you're a beginner, use those. And I'll leave the legs kind of down here. So let's look at the battery real fast because this is a pretty important part. And just saying, there's tons and tons of extras of these that you could buy. They're all over and they're fairly cheap. They're about $5 each on certain websites. I'll keep a link down below. White low C connector, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. But like I said, 3.7 volt, 500 milliamp 1S lipos. You get about 5.5 minutes of runtime if you're kind of taking it, not necessarily smooth, but not hard. It's right in between. About 4 minutes if you're running it really hard and high rates all the time. And I'd say about 6 to 7 minutes if you're just kind of hovering, just messing around. So again, 2 of those. So you're looking at about 10 minutes of runtime, which is great. And these charge at about 2 hours, maybe an hour and 45 when it's completely drained and you recharge it. It takes about that long, which does sound like a long time, but you could always buy a better charger. And we'll look at that again. It's just this. Cheap, but it works, especially if you're a beginner. Like I said, cheap screwdriver, but the tip is magnetic so you don't lose your screws. The camera, I'll show you how to install this. Fairly cheap. And the clamp. So let's put this off to the side a bit. And let's actually look at the transmitter, which I think, for the money, a great transmitter. So, like I said, hobby grade style. It's not a an elevation hold. Because this doesn't recenter. It doesn't come up here and when you let go, it recenters. It does stay in position. There are trims. All these are full function trims. And 4 channels, so up, down, left, right. Same with this one. There is a screen on here. There are some buttons right here. These are fake buttons though. Same with over here. When I saw this in the package at the store, I actually thought those were real buttons, and I thought it would have been so cool if you could actually program stuff in here, such as expos and stuff. But you can't. But that's fine. It's beginner. Up here you got 2 buttons. And I guess, because we're already here, I'll show you exactly what those do. All those buttons do. This has a lot of functions. Matter of fact, I'll turn it on. So, as you can see, a bright blue light to tell you it's on. I like it because if it's solid blue like this, that means it's, at least, it thinks it's bound to a quadcopter, which it's not, obviously. But after you bound it like that, or bind it, then it turns solid blue, but it's not bound to anything. So as you can see, the screen on here, it shows you your throttle. So that's me putting throttle up. Okay, you see that. Also, when you give different inputs on the right stick, it also shows there. And same with the left stick. If you left or right, it actually shows it, which I think is great. Also trims, you can see exactly what how much trim you got. See? And I found with this, I needed no trim when I first got it, which is great. So now you guys probably see an L right here, right? there's an L. If you were to press the left button up here on the shoulder, that changes from H, which is high mode, to low mode. All that means for beginners is you're able to have more pitch into it and all that. It just goes a lot faster, so I suggest staying in low if you're a beginner, of course. Also shows your signal strength, which I don't think that works because it always seems to be the same unless the signal's really good on this, which I have never lost range. I've gotten maybe 100 feet and I haven't lost range yet, so it's great. It also shows battery life of the transmitter, which is good. Mine's still full. Just saying, this does not come with 4 double A's. You will have to supply those, but those are pretty easy to get. This button over here is for flips. If you're to hold it and move this, it will flip it in different ways. So let's turn that off, and that's a transmitter. That's just a great transmitter if you ask me. There's so many functions to it. And like I said, again, $40. You cannot go wrong with $40. So now let's look at the quad, what everyone's pretty much been waiting for. Here's the quad. Looks pretty good with the blue. The blue's really easy to see too. As you see, I got 2 white props in the front and 2 black props in the back. That's just for orientation and so I can see. And before I move on, I actually forgot to say something. There is headless mode. If you hold this, the left button down, you'll hear it blink and the lights will, there's tons of lights on this. They'll flash and you know you're in headless mode. If you don't know what headless mode is, that'll be in the next video when I actually run this outside. Because there's not going to be any running video in this just because it's not a perfect day for it. I'm just waiting for that day. On and off switch. So there's the lights. The lights are really bright. Here's where you plug in the camera. I'll show you that in this video. Back here is where the battery goes. And yeah, like I said, whoops, cheap quad, but great fun. I don't remember. I believe these might be 8.5 millimeter motors. I know for beginners that doesn't matter, so I'm not going to get too far into that, just because I know a lot of beginners are going to be into this quadcopter. Not pros. Pros are definitely going to kind of stay away from it. But when I saw this, I thought, yes, for $80, you get everything that you need and more. And just saying, this is one of the most durable quads that I've ever used. I've crashed this from maybe 50 feet up in the air, just slammed it down, perfectly fine. Nothing went wrong. Even the props have lasted. As you can see, there's so many like different marks on these props, like dirt, scratches. I've only had one prop that had a stress mark on it. I did replace it because it started getting really bad, and I suggest replacing props, especially if you have extra like that, just because you don't want any of them to break, fly off, and it's really dangerous. There's really nothing else to say about this quad. This is a great quad. In the running video, I will show you the camera. The camera's, like I said, pretty much garbage, but it is kind of neat to use sometimes. Maybe I'll just slap it on there, go up really high, spin around, do some flips. But it does say FPV, and if you're a beginner and you know what FPV is, do not use this for FPV. There's about a 5-second delay because it is using Wi-Fi. And just to clear up some confusion about Wi-Fi, I know there's a lot of beginners that think you need internet, wireless internet, like your phone has to be connected and your quad has to be connected to it. That's not true. The camera actually emits a Wi-Fi signal which you connect to your phone. I'll give a tutorial on that when we do the running video. But $80, this is what it gives you, and lots of spare parts. This is great. I don't know what else to say about it. So I guess that's it. See you guys in the next video. Like I said, the next video will definitely be a running video. Yeah. Any questions, leave in the comments down below. Hopefully next week will be the running video. This week, next week, whenever I get the right day. Now I do have 2 of these. One for my brother and one for me, so we'll both be flying. My brother will give some thoughts on it maybe if he's there. Yeah, this is just great. Easily the best quad of the year, I think. I don't know when this came out though, so whenever it came out, that's probably the best quad it came out, because $80, that's insane. 2 batteries, and these batteries, luckily, since this is a hobby grade quadcopter, batteries are really easy to get if you want more runtime, and these can be used across different quads and planes and stuff like that. So definitely thumbs up on this. 10 out of 10 really. It flies great. It does flips absolutely amazing. I can't wait to show you guys that. Only thing that needs to be improved on is the camera, but $80 like I said. Alright guys, see you guys in the next video. Please watch out for that runtime. Yeah, see you guys later. Definitely pick this up.